I'm Emily Edwards, an intern with Klamath Film, and what you just watched was Duplicity, a film filled with mystery and drama. A short film in our Southern Shore, and with us today is the film director, Nick Alexander. Nick, it's finally nice to meet you.
Yeah, of course. A pleasure.
So, my first question is, what was your thought process for doing this kind of film?
Yeah, so I run a video production company called Nick Alexander Films here in Southern Oregon. And over the last 7 years of doing a lot of different video projects, my team and I, we thought it was time to do something different.
Mhm.
Traditionally, we've done a lot of event videography and commercials, even documentaries, but we never had gone into narrative film. And so we went to the drawing board, came up with different ideas, and a murder mystery, a thriller struck us as a really fun, creative, and interesting genre that we could dive into. So we, came up with different ideas and characters and plots, and came to this movie, Duplicity.
How did you go about casting for the film?
Yeah, casting for a narrative film definitely was an important piece to the puzzle. After we came up with a script, we, of course, posted online and shared on different forums and told the Klamath Falls community that we were doing a casting call. So we, essentially just advertised, told people about it. And then what's cool is, everyone that participated in the film in terms of the cast was from the Klamath Falls area.
Mhm.
So we had a casting call. We had people, practice different sections of the script out loud and with us. And it was really cool to meet these people because we were able to envision like, okay,
Mhm.
yeah, this is our Silas. He's going to do an amazing job. So it was definitely a new process for us. Like I said, a narrative film is relatively new to Nick Alexander Films,
Mhm.
but we enjoyed it and we're happy with the results.
Do you think you'd do another narrative film in the future?
Absolutely. Even though we are heavily occupied with a lot of commercial projects for
Mhm.
makes this company run, we definitely have our eyes on doing another narrative film in the future. Hopefully, starting that this year, we might do some more short films
Mhm.
here at NAF, but we definitely would like to do a feature film in the near future.
Right. So, why did you decide to do a murder mystery?
Yeah, we definitely had, like I said, a lot of different ideas
Mhm.
in terms of genres and stories. At the end of the day, we just thought like financially and practically this was doable. Of
Mhm.
course, being our first narrative film, we could have gone in a lot of different ways, but a murder mystery it allows the viewer to just dive right in. Right, it's a true whodunit.
Mhm.
But we wanted to kind of like take that but then twist it because the story kind of takes us for a spin. So we chose a murder mystery or a thriller genre as it was something we could do based on
Mhm.
our skill set, our tools. Klamath Falls, we had a place to do that interrogation scene. We had connections to film these different scenes, so it just made sense to us. It
Mhm.
was again reasonable within budget. And I think Klamath Falls and kind of the different scenes that you see in the film, just they worked out. And personally, I've watched quite a few murder mysteries and
Mhm.
whodunits, so it just seemed like a cool genre to try out.
Was there any other genres that were top competitors?
I mean, there's other ideas that we had, but honestly, I think the murder mystery just stood out as the most viable choice
Mhm.
back in 20, let's see, 2022 when we were going through this process.
Mhm. So you did all the filming in Klamath Falls, is that right?
Yeah, most of the filming, but really all the filming was in Klamath County.
Hmm.
Most of the scenes were in the city of Klamath Falls. And so, yeah, that was again really cool just to have the backing of the community. We had, the police department, sheriff, fire, of course, a lot of friends and family in the community that just opened up their homes or
Hmm.
even participated as extras in the film. So that was really, really neat to see. And of course, just when you're trying to put together a film, there's so many pieces and you're not sure how it's all going to come together.
Hmm.
So when the community is supportive, it really just makes the project special.
Yeah, at the end when I saw the police officers, I was like, I wonder how he got the police and like ambulance and stuff get involved. I was very surprised.
Yeah, at the end of the day, filmmaking is all about relationships.
Mhm.
And fortunately, Nick Alexander Films, we have strong ties to the Klamath Falls community
Mhm.
and the greater Southern Oregon area. And so, how did that happen? How did we have an ambulance? How did we have the police and the sheriff and different people involved? It really just comes down to the relationships that I have really invested in over the last couple of years here in Klamath Falls and my team. We've done a lot of different projects in the area, and that has, essentially enabled us to do this narrative project. So just want to give a big thank you to everyone who participated in the film in one way or another, because without them, it just would not have happened.
How was it being a director and a producer in a film like this? You're doing two roles at once.
Yeah, well, at NAF, we're a small team,
Hmm.
and so that definitely requires us to wear different hats. So,
Hmm.
I have video editors who are also cinematographers, who are also sometimes gaffers, and me as the company owner, I do a lot of administrative things, but I'm also I'm directing, I'm here and there, I'm editing, I'm doing a lot of different things. So in this film, we had a lot of different roles. And so, I was directing the film. Sometimes I was running a camera as needed. I had other team members of mine, just supporting me and the team as needed. So I think what's important, looking at a project like Duplicity is really just having a team mindset. So like,
Hmm.
when I was directing, I had my teammate Riley Wilson. He was there and he was behind the camera, or Carson Newman, he was also a producer of the project and just getting his feedback. So you have to work together, but at the end of the day, you also got to believe in your vision and so
Hmm.
in your gut, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's good to get feedback, but at the end of the day, you just got to go back to that vision. So truly, it was a team effort.
that's amazing. It's really amazing what a community can do together. I'm going to be completely honest.
Oh yeah, I mean, just watching this film, it really it's special. It was our first narrative film right
Hmm.
in the heart of Klamath, with a Klamath cast, with a team, a production team, from the area. So it was a special project for me, first narrative, and we hope to do many more.
Hmm. So the location changes that you had in the film, how long did it take to film for each location you had?
Well, we filmed the Duplicity over a couple weekends, so it
Hmm.
seemed like it was like every Saturday, maybe a Sunday in there as well.
Hmm.
So every scene was different, filming, for instance, like the first kind of part of the film where you see the characters arriving at Agnew's home. We were
Hmm.
there a lot and often. So that could have been a couple of hours, half day, even full day, where we're just trying to, be more efficient with our time. So instead of doing multiple setups, like, a few scenes here and then moving on, we would do everything we could at that first location.
Hmm.
So Yeah, I mean, it was hours in the morning or into the afternoon and evening. I think pretty much every day was a full day. I think the last night of filming Duplicity, we were there till after midnight easily. So it really was a labor of love. Again, people came together and we grabbed our coffees and went to work.
Something that caught my interest, like it always does in every film, is the blood. So when the politician shoots the guy they've been looking for, right? Um, how did you get that effect with the blood?
Yeah, well, you know, there's definitely a lot of research required and practice for this film, and one of those things was the kind of that final scene with the blood. And I would just say hats off to my teammate Riley Wilson. He did it just practically. So he did his research, and I have a couple photos. I remember, he's sitting there in my home. This is before we filmed, and just practicing has got blood, not real blood, but all over his face and his hands, and something of like a horror film. But yeah, essentially he just Googled it, went online, figured it out. And of course, also early in the scene when you find Agnew on the ground. Same thing. We had Riley. He was putting that together, and also Jackie Levesque. She was instrumental in making sure we kept things clean, but also we had that the right effect, and the
Mhm.
coloration, and making sure to film that like as soon as we kind of put it all together. So there's like actually two scenes I would say that involve blood, and so that was new for NAF as well. Something we hadn't done in commercial production. So again, hats off to Riley and the team to kind of figure that out. And of course, like we want it to be realistic, and but at the same time, like this isn't a huge film where we have the budget to like make it look true to life. I mean, we kind of giggle when we see it now. It's like, it was good for we did our best, and we're proud of our project.
It was very seamless. I thought it was really good. So,
Awesome.
um, so mm, why did you decide to have people like a politician? Um, what? Why did you decide to have a politician in the film? Like,
Why not? Duplicity, we really wanted to just create this complex web of different people, right? Different
Mhm,
walks of life. You got all sorts of people, right? You got the couple who are going through a divorce. You got the illegitimate child of Agnew, and that creates kind of a complicated relationship, right?
mhm,
You got the neighbor who they all have issues, right? They all have some dirt.
huh,
And so, the politician, of course, we wanted to throw that person into the equation because, again, that just created a unique dynamic with Agnew,
mhm,
who again was kind of connected to all these people in some way.
mhm,
So politics, um, of course, in a film can be seen as corrupt and partial, and so we decided a politician could really make things interesting because you just think, oh, okay, this person, maybe I should be I should scrutinize her. Why is she, she's connected to Agnew, and so just to build suspense and intrigue. Yeah.
how did you? So the drunk driving scene. How did you do a car scene like that?
Yeah, we're giving away all of our secrets. No,
You
uh,
are.
honestly, it wasn't that difficult to do. I mean, truthfully, a project like this, the best results will be those that are planned, right?
Mhm,
So, we had our different scenes set up, and I grabbed a camera and I was there just kind of doing a kind of like a close up of Silas driving down the road, and
Mhm.
we added some sound effects and had the lighting. Of course, it was at night when it was supposed to happen. So music, sound effects, the emotion on his face, married with Agnew bringing up that little flashback. I think that was powerful, and it really turned out exactly how we had intended it to.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good like drunk driving scene, I will say. Um, and is there anything else you'd like to add about Duplicity?
Duplicity truly was an experiment. It was our first narrative film, and of course, in retrospect, we would have done things differently. If we would have had more time, if we would have had more money, if we would have had this and that. But we are proud of it,
Mhm.
and because there's a lot of people out there that would love to make films. They
Mhm.
talk about it, but they never do it. And so we are proud, or I am proud of my team to buckle down, work hard, and make it happen. So special thanks to Carson Newman and Riley Wilson for putting together the script and working hard together on this really fun story, and for the entire team to again just work extremely hard during those weeks of filming, and then of course the editing. So I'm just again super excited for the film, and more than anything, just looking forward to the future. At Nick Alexander Films, we are all about storytelling, and we hope to create more narrative films here in 2023.
Thank you so much, Nick, for being part of the Klamath Independent Film Festival.